Hello, people. This is for private U.S. nationals and foreign nationals only. So I suggest you, if you're looking for legal advice or anything of such as a U.S. citizen, this channel and this particular video is not for you. The more you know. Alright guys, hello, that being said, it's your boy the Bad Wolf. What are we going to talk about today is that only people can file a criminal complaint. What? Bad Wolf, is this more EDU? It's always EDU. But that being said, let's get taught. Let's get to teaching. Okay, so there are three ways a court can hear a criminal complaint. One or more of the people sign a sworn affidavit, okay, that they are the injured party, okay, and it's notarized. They're swearing to it. Two, a prosecutor on behalf of a government brings an accusation before the grand jury, and the grand jury either indicts or does nothing. Three, the grand jury, by its own will, can investigate merely on suspicion that the law is being violated, or even because it wants to have assurance that it is not being. And thus, finding wrongdoings, it can prevent it from going to court and must go to trial. No one can second guess the grand jury unless the grand jury's action violates another's unalienable rights. Okay, so essentially, what this comes down to is consent of authority. Okay, so we read in the Declaration of Independence, we hold these truths to be self-evident, blah, 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 unalienable rights, yada, 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 all good stuff. However, it goes that these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Okay, so any authority our servants have is by our own consent. We gave them the power. Okay, you can't, unless you're God itself, you can't create something that has more powerful than you. So remember, that's why they keep saying we the people are sovereign, but not sovereign citizens. Okay, if they act outside of their authority, they are subject to criminal charges under U.S. Codes 42 and 18, and liable for damages under U.S. Codes and common law. So only people can judge. The U.S. Constitution only authorized common law courts, aka courts of record. A court of record removes the power from the judge to make the ruling. That's why if they're like, well, do you want to go to trial? Yes. Yes, I do. And I want a trial by my peers, which are other U.S. nationals or foreign nationals. Yes, please. His role is that of an administrator of the court, and the final determiner is the tribunal, who is either the sovereign plaintiff or a jury. And remember, the servant cannot rule over the master. So in that particular course of action, under U.S. Code 42 and 18, when you are detained without your consent for violation of a statute, educational purposes only, you have been essentially shanghaied, trafficked. You know, even though he's got a badge on, if you are not operating in the public at that particular time, you don't owe anything to their jurisdiction at that particular time. Okay, so you're taken down. The judge then sets a bail. Whatever. The prosecutor confirms that these charges have been placed upon you. Well, that's really a conspiracy, and you can put the conspirators in jail and sue them for damages, because it's all about your jurisdiction and your consent. Okay, so you also want to look up like Miranda versus Arizona, 384 U.S. 436 491, and just read what it's got in there. And because like I said, a lot of you guys don't understand that a lot of these older rulings, which are still until these old rulings are overturned, if they are, which they haven't been, okay, because usually when they agree on it, it's solid, it's lawful, the highest law of the land. Okay, that's why I said before. That's why you won't find a lot of these just sitting online in one place. Sometimes you have to buy the books. Sometimes you have to go down to these libraries and pull the actual books that have them, the old stuff in there. they are legit. Doesn't matter how old they are. They are legit. They're solid. They're fact. But a lot of them you're not going to find. But when you read them, you'll understand why these rulings are what they are and why people are quoting them, is because when you're operating correctly, and especially in the private, you are your rights are being violated. You're being deprived. You're getting walked on, and you guys don't even know why. Some of you guys are just taking it. Which, if you're a citizen, grab your ankles. But if you're private and a U.S. national, foreign national, or a national of the United States of America, you have options. You have choices. Okay? Okay. All right, guys, that's it for class. Talk to you guys later. Peace. Don't forget to check out the information down below, or blacksite32.com, or the new The Badwolf Media channel, and help me grow that one too, because we're going to be talking about some dandy information on that month too. So talk to you guys later. Appreciate you. Wolf's out.